Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and today I finally have my final fall capsule wardrobe that I had been working on. I kind of showed you guys plans a few months ago. I've been finished with this one for quite a while actually and just been wearing it. I just have not shown it to you yet just because it's a labor of love for the capsule reveal videos just because I have to change my clothes so many times. And I am going to be showing you each of the items. By no means is this an exhaustive list of how you could wear all these pieces. One of the pluses of sewing in capsules, I guess, modules, however, you want to do that, is a lot of my things go together. And so, even things that aren't in this capsule, I can still wear, dresses and that sort of thing because all of my accessories go, everything, because I work within kind of a centralized color palette. But also these capsules are just so nice because you can just wear so many different combinations. I mean, I could, forever and ever and ever. If the weather didn't change, I could wear this, for a long, long time without getting sick of any of the combinations. That being said, one of the things that I find the most helpful, so I was going off of kind of the framework of the Everyday Style capsule. So she releases a capsule guide every season, spring, summer, fall, winter capsules. I actually purchased, she had a Black Friday sale going on Black Friday where you could buy the whole next year. So it was winter now, which I guess would you call that winter 21, 22, whatever, spring 22, summer 22, and fall 22. So it was the next 4 capsule wardrobes. Also, there's an event she's doing in February that it included, and I believe there's a master class in there that it also included, I think. Anyway, it was a really good deal. I went ahead and purchased it with my own money, but I used those as frameworks, and I used that as a framework for my fall capsule that I have been wearing. Now, I did change up the colors quite a bit from what she had, and I will put the color palette that I was working with here. And honestly, it all came from one piece of fabric that I was kind of going back and forth. So my color palette all kind of came off of this shirt. I love this. This is my, obviously it's in the capsule, but this is my Harmony blouse from Love Notions. This fabric is it's just my color palette and I love it. And actually my winter capsule, which I'll be sharing those plans with you and my thinking on Friday, but I kind of based that off of a fabric as well, which actually coincides. It's much closer. It's almost exactly what the Everyday Style color palette is for the winter. I just can't show you that fabric on Friday because it is a pattern test that I've turned it into, and you don't get to see that till the beginning of January. But anyway, the fall, this is what I was kind of going off of. So I really didn't, other than this shirt, this color, this bright turquoise didn't come in much as I was wanting it to. But I do have, some of the teals, which is, the darker shades and everything else. Also my mustards and browns kind of were the same color, even though there's different variations. But yes, this was the inspiration for the color palette. Now, another thing that makes getting dressed, so this is my basic fall capsule wardrobe, but there's other stuff in my closet. I keep all of these things by item. So I've got, my pants together, my skirts together, my tops together, my cardigans together, my jackets together, dresses, one pieces, whatever. So that I can easily put outfits together. But that's in one section of my closet. And the other section of my closet is everything else. So other seasonally appropriate things that I may want to throw on, my knit dresses. I have a couple of, only one of my knit dresses actually in this little capsule, but I was wearing all of my knit dresses, and I'll pop a link up to that video if you'd like to hear more about my knit dresses that I've made this fall. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more here in just a second. But this is not by any means, my exhaustive fall wardrobe. It's just pretty much what I was wearing most of the fall. Again, I do have other things that kind of ride on the other side of my closet, but for the most part, this is what I'm wearing, was wearing in the fall. And I think it's also fun to kind of retire items, even for just like a year. I have the fortune of having a guest room in the upstairs of my home, and so that closet has become kind of my off-season closet. So I kind of shop from that area basically when I'm bringing things down. So some things may stay up there a year, but then they'll come back down just kind of however I'm feeling. You know, maybe I wore them a ton one year and I'm kind of sick of them, but I don't necessarily get rid of them as long as they still fit. I'm pretty ruthless though when things stop fitting for the most part of getting them out of here, because there's nothing worse than trying to put on a pair of jeans or a pair of pants that are way too small, and I just find that to be very depressing, which we'll talk about that here in just a second. But anyway, I had my colors done. I've actually had them done twice. My left eye is also drying up on me. We have such dry air in our house right now, and we just had the humidifier looked at, and I don't know. Anyway, I had my colors done twice. You don't need to have them done twice. I mean, any good color analyst, well, you know, you'll be good to go. The only reason I had them done twice was because I had them done because I wanted to know what my colors were by Christy Russell. She pegged me as a true autumn. And then my daughter had her colors done by the Color Guru, and then the Color Guru reached out to me about being one of her ambassadors, and so she gave me a complimentary one just so we could be on the same verbiage. And she has me pegged as a Coppery Spring, which even though those are two different seasons, the colors are very, very similar. In fact, I was looking... So the Coppery Spring's the warmest of all the springs. Basically, I am warm, bright, and medium. Christy's colors had a few darker ones there for me. The Color Guru has just a few more lighter shades. So I have, even though I had reds and kind of brick reds and like warm dark pinks in Christy's, I've got some lighter ones on the Color Guru. And actually, when Christy had my colors done, I got a digital copy, and it had one of the pictures was all the autumn colors that kind of spanned the gamut, and lights and darks. Those colors I find on my Coppery Spring as well, even though they didn't come in necessarily my wallet for Christy. So they're very, very similar, you know. So I use the Color Guru verbiage only because it's easy. You can see everything. But I do actually have a coupon code also for the Color Guru. If you're interested in having your colors done, something you've wanted, she's got a few different packages. This is 10% off all the packages, but Tomcat Color will get you 10% off any of the packages that she's offering if you're interested, and I'll link her website down below. I'll also link the Everyday Style if you're interested in any of the capsule guides. I'll link that down below as well. Okay, which is kind of the framework I was working off of. Okay, now, let's get into these pieces. This video is going to be so long. I have so many pieces to talk you through. You've seen most of these. There are, well, I guess just maybe one that I'm going to do another video on just to go more in depth, but everything else you've kind of seen. As I was trying everything on for this, it actually made me just a little bit sad, only because I feel like this fall I got into a real rut. Mostly because I have gained quite a bit of weight since the spring, really. The doctors, it's baffling the doctors and everything else. Just for backstory, I have autoimmune issues. I went into surgical menopause when I was 28, so it's nothing hormonal. My hormones are monitored to the nth degree, and they have ever since I've been 28 because I had to have a full hysterectomy. So, sorry, TMI, but anyway, so it's nothing hormonal. It's just autoimmune related. I don't know. We're still trying to figure out what's going on. But there you have it. I also, struggle with the diet culture and have forever, and I'm trying not to get sucked into that, but I do have diet restrictions because of my autoimmune, so it gets very complicated. But anyway, I was in a dark place this fall. When I started to pull out things from the spring that I had made that I loved, none of them fit. Very discouraging, especially when you put all that time into it, but mostly because I just loved a lot of those pieces. They're still in my closet, they're upstairs. So like I said, I will usually be ruthless about getting rid of things when they no longer fit, but I had so much last spring that I loved. I'm just putting it aside to see if we can get this figured out, and we'll see, maybe in this next spring, maybe I can pull some of those out. Some of them may still have to go, but hopefully I can, you know, get this figured out. But that being said, I fell heavily on my knit dresses. And I talked about that in the knit dress video, how much I was loving knit dresses. And I do. I think a knit dress is such an easy way to look put together and polished and ready to go out the door. You know, just makes you feel better. But I feel like for me, I was relying on those as a crutch. And so I was not expressing myself creatively in my clothes. I was just kind of falling back on, as I'm wearing one of my knit dresses. I love this though. But really falling back on just kind of the basics. So kind of in my closet, it is akin to, you know, just getting ready in, you know, leggings and a sweatshirt or, you know, something like that, like loungewear. That's kind of how the knit dresses have become for me, just a little bit of a crutch. So I'm kind of upset at myself that I didn't, especially I was pairing a lot of these things. I'm like, I was looking at everything and I'm like, I could have paired so many of these things together and had maybe much more creativity. So it made me a little bit sad that I kind of let that go. I mean, we can't dwell on the past. We can only move forward, but it did make me very excited about my winter capsule and getting all of that. And quite a few of these things are actually going to be sliding into the winter capsule as well. So, which is nice, you know, the stuff that is cold weather appropriate, but a lot of it will be sliding into the winter capsule. But I think it just kind of reminded me, number one, I was not good about switching my closet over in the fall. So all of this was not right there in front of me in my closet. I think that makes a big deal, a big difference. I still had a lot of my summer stuff that was in my closet that I only recently took upstairs to the upstairs closet, you know, my summer dresses and things that I will not be wearing. And a few of these pieces actually will be going up to the closet as well because it's just gotten too cold for me to wear them right now. But, you know, I didn't do that, and so it was very easy to fall into a rut. So, kicking myself a little bit. Oh my gosh, 12 minutes. I haven't even gotten into this. I'm sorry. Okay, let's get going. All right, for my one pieces, I'm going to be flashing up footage of me in this. Obviously, there's a lot of different variations. The Varzum overalls by Itch to Stitch. I was a tester for this pattern. I love these overalls. These will be going into my winter capsule. And yeah, they're so comfortable, so good. I love them with the tennis shoes. I'm excited to pair them with a few things. I've been wearing them with my clogs as well. The clogs will be going away though for the winter because I gotta have socks on, and I don't know, I'll try because having your socks show is big for the fall and winter, or the winter. I'll see. But even then I can't, you know, I wouldn't be able to wear them probably if, you know, there's slush and stuff on the ground because my socks would get wet, you know, just because of the open back and stuff. So we'll see. I mean, they'll stay in my closet. My shoes don't go anywhere, but yeah. Love them though, so comfortable. So many ways to wear them. I just think that they're really, really fun. And made those out of a French terry. The second one, this is my cashmere rose claire. If you follow me on Instagram, I wore this on Thanksgiving and you saw it there. I'm gonna do a whole video on this. I love cashmere patterns, and now that she's doing the full size range from a size 0 to a 32. So her original size range was from a 12 to a 30. And then that size range has now extended up to a 32. So a 12 to a 32. I fall right outside of that, and well, my bottom half falls way outside of that, but my top half falls just right outside of that. I'm really perfectly like her size 10, but she only has a few patterns that are in the smaller sizes now, since she was primarily, you know, the larger sizes, curvier seamstresses, but her cup sizes, they just fit me so well. So anything that she's releasing in the full size 0 to size 32 size range, I am grabbing because I love them so much. But I will talk more about this dress, about the changes that I did and all that kind of stuff in a separate video because it deserves its own video. This fabric is from Style Maker. It's a beautiful rayon. It's such a high quality rayon. I love it. It comes in 2 colorways and they are both still available. The colorway that I have this dress in, I will link down below. But it has just such bohemian vibes. It is a fabric hog, but oh my gosh, it's so, yeah. I say it's a fabric hog. The version that I did is a fabric hog. There's a few other versions that use much less fabric, but oh, it's so good. And then my third dress is my Olympia, Love Notions Olympia dress. This is one of my knit dresses. You guys have already seen this. I've been wearing this a ton. I love it with my tall boots. I also love it with the tennis shoes, clogs. I mean, I've been wearing this a lot. It's just a really great dress. Now that the weather's gotten cold, I have to have tights on with it if I want to wear it, which sometimes I'm not in the mood to wear tights. I did just order some new sweater tights, so we'll see how that goes. All right, jackets. You'll see these. Obviously, these can kind of go with everything. Number 1 is my cozy jacket by Pattern Scout. Love this one. I did this in a scuba. It is a suede scuba, designer suede scuba from Stylemaker Fabrics. I was part of the Stylemaker tour. I actually made it to wear with this dress, which I have been wearing it. It's just such a good little jacket, and that fabric is fantastic. She does still have the fabric, just not in the teal color anymore, but she does have other colors, so I'll leave that linked below. Second jacket that made it in was my jean jacket. I mean, it's just a jean jacket. You just can't go wrong with a jean jacket. My jean jacket was purchased in 1997, and it's from J. Crew. It's a petite. I have had it ever since then. It has pretty much molded itself to my body, depending on weight fluctuations. Sometimes it's a little tighter, sometimes it's a little looser, but I mean, this has been in my closet forever. Yeah, it's just a great little staple. Next jacket, sorry, I've got everything written down here so I don't miss anything, is my Heather blazer. I made this, I guess, back in the spring, right? Yeah, it was in my spring capsule. Love this. It's in a heavyweight linen from the fabric store. This has been a lifesaver actually a few times when my grandmother, we've had actually a lot of funerals this year, which is really unfortunate. Just lost a number 4 actually family members this year, but the Heather blazer has come in really handy for just kind of a piece to throw over to make me look a little bit more put together. I have a navy dress that I was wearing to almost all of those, but just as, you know, as macabre as that is, it was just nice to have a navy blazer, and it really does. It needs a good press though. I have sat on that hem now enough and it's gotten all wonky, and it just needs a good press. I was noticing that as I was trying things on. So if the hem is turned up a little in the back, it's from being sat upon for a long time. And then I threw in 2 Harper cardigans. This is Sinclair Patterns Harper cardigan. It's a free pattern, and I have made it twice. I've made a navy version and also a red version, and they are so good. The red version was new for this capsule. I made it out of a sweater knit from Minerva that's unfortunately no longer available in any of the colorways, but I made 3 pieces out of the fabric, and I've wanted just a red cardigan forever, and this has really been going. I have been wearing this one a lot, in addition to my navy one, quite a bit. I love a good cardigan. Okay, let's talk bottoms. First pair of bottoms are a store-bought, ready-to-wear pair of jeans from J. Crew. The reason I did this was time, number 1, and also I had no pants that fit me at the beginning of fall, so I was panicking a little bit. I really quickly just ordered a pair of jeans. I knew I needed them, but you know, when it comes to jeans, a lot of times washes, the lighter washes, the more worn washes, they're just harder. I mean, they're hard to replicate in a, you know, an at-home or a handmade pair of jeans. I can do a nice dark wash, and I could do, there are lighter washes available, but for that worn look, you almost have to go with ready to wear because they've got processes and stuff that they put in to make them look. But it's been a long time since I bought a pair of ready to wear jeans. These worked out great. They're J. Crew. There's a lot of stretch in them, so I do have to wash and dry them occasionally just to, they don't really bag out. It's just after quite a few washes, I do have to do that. But I love the cropped kind of flare that's on these, and yeah, they've gone the distance. Next up are my Sabrina Slims by Love Notions patterns. I have been messing around with this pattern for a while. They're not perfect. They're a little big in the hip crotch area, which is not surprising because I'm very straight through my hips, and Love Notions does draft for a curvier, more of a curve in the hip there than much more than I've got. I'm just very straight in my waist and hips. I'm a rectangle that can sometimes go apple depending on my weight fluctuations. But I think that if I just shave off a little bit on the hips, I'm getting better with the crotch. And I really think that the crotch issues are all now, I just have too much ease in my hip area. So, but I really feel that the legs, they do catch on the backs of my calves, like at the back of my knee, but that is, I have an extended calf, and with a skinny pant, anything that's fitted, I mean, even with like a full calf adjustment and all that kind of stuff, it just gets caught there. So I just live with it. But I really think I'm getting close on these, and I love this fabric. It's a plaid ponte. It's probably gonna be hard to see the print because it's like a navy on a black, but I really love them. They're very comfortable. I did power mesh on the inside pocket, but again, I don't feel like I'm getting any benefit from it because it's too loose in that hip area right now. So I could go in and zip that up, but I am gonna make an adjustment. I'm not giving up on the Sabrinas. Next up with the Pattern Emporium Pleats to Meet You pants. I was very excited to try these. So many people had highly recommended the pattern. I've had nothing but good luck with Pattern Emporium patterns so far. It's hard to say. But I love this pair. They're pleated. My husband calls them pajama pants. I don't think so. I think they can be dressed up and look very nice. I did use a very lightweight rayon for these from Minerva, and so these will be going away just because they're just too thin to wear in the winter, but they are really comfortable, and I did wear them quite a bit this fall. They were a good fallback on. Next up are the Love Notions. There's a ton of Love Notions patterns on here. I don't know, I was just in a very much Love Notions mood, I guess, when I was making all of these. But next is the Love Notions Duet Trousers. You guys saw this. I did a video on these. I guess just straight-legged trousers. I was showing a Sew the Trend straight-legged trousers. Love these. Super comfortable. They're in a stretch twill in the brown. They're just a great pant. I still really like the silhouette, and you know, straight legs are still going strong in the winter. So there you have it. Next up are my Love Notions Glissandos. These are my navy linen pants. I love these. I think they look great. These are the ones that I did the elastic in the back. So this pattern doesn't have, it's got darts and stuff. I omitted that and did just elastic in the back just to help with my waist fluctuating issues, and they work great. I love these pants. Now they're being retired for the winter because I had them on at church the other day and it's just too cold. They show too much of my ankle now, and they're just not, yeah, it's time. They'll come back in the spring. Okay, this one wasn't planned on, but I made it because I had enough fabric. I bought so much of that red sweater knit, and I'm not really sure why, but I had enough because I made the Harper cardigan, and then you're gonna see I made an Arlington sweater as well. Well, actually, you'll see it in this clip. But I also had enough and did a Sybil skirt, and I can't remember now who suggested, oh, you should do a circle skirt in it. And I'm like, that's a fantastic idea. So I did a Sybil, a Love Notions Sybil, the flare skirt. It's not a circle, it's not a full circle, but it is you know, nice swishy skirt in this, and it is so warm. This one will be going into the winter, even though I'm not using red in my winter capsule. Again, this will just go in the other side of the closet because it's so festive, and I love it with the chambray shirt. It's such a festive little look. I really wish I would have worn, I mean, I still can wear this one. It's a sweater knit. I mean, I put tights on, wear it with my boots, like this will still get worn as we're going into the colder months. And then finally, my Balboa skirt. I do love this skirt. This one, it's just a knit pencil skirt in this beautiful blue ponte. This ponte is she no longer has this color in the ponte, but she's got this ponte in a ton of different colors at Style Maker. I highly recommend it. It's fantastic. I also have this ponte in a teal color that will be coming, kind of a teal evergreen that I think I'll be using some for my winter capsule, but it's such a good fabric, and I love this Balboa skirt. This one is the one that I put the power mesh on the inside just to kind of smooth things out, which works really great when you want to tuck a shirt in, because then it doesn't show like the bulges from like I mean, it does a little bit, but not too bad from like the whatever you've tucked into it, but it also looks great with stuff just out, you know, not tucked in, which I also love. I mean, my body shape lends itself well to not tucking, so it's really gone the long haul. I think it'll probably go into my winter capsule as well, because I'm sticking with navy as my neutral with a pair of tights and that sort of thing. I think that this could be really good as well. All right, tops. The Arlington. I was a tester for this. Made it in the sweater knit, which is why I bought the sweater knit, was for this. I love this pattern so much. I've made the dress now, you guys have seen that, and I've made this top, but it's just such a great, I love the statement sleeve. It's a really great pattern. It's one of my favorite Love Notions patterns, actually, and this one's been worn a ton. It will continue to be worn a ton because it's pretty warm. It's got acrylic in it and stuff. It's pretty warm. Next up is my Sloan sweater, also from Love Notions. Again, very Love Notions heavy here. I've been wearing this a ton too. I love to wear this by itself, but I also love to wear it over collared shirts. I've been wearing it over the chambray collared shirt and the white collared shirt. It's actually really fun to wear to like church and that sort of thing because it kind of dresses it up a little bit, makes it look more sweatery, less sweatshirty. But it's in a, let's say I did a whole video on this sweatshirt, and it's made up in a merino. If I still have cards, I'll link it up here. But it's done up in a merino sweater knit, and or sweatshirting that actually there's still a little bit left at the fabric store, and it's linked down below. Next up is my Forte. This is Love Notion's Forte top. It's just a nice, beyond basic, using verbiage from Everyday Style t-shirt. It is made up in a viscose knit or jersey from Minerva. I love this. It's their luxury viscose jersey. You're gonna see I've got a Concord here in a second. It's also made up in the same fabric. It's just a really, really good viscose jersey, rayon jersey. It washes well, wears well. Yeah, really, really good. And I love this shirt. It's just a fun little sleeve. Makes it harder to put underneath things, so this will be retired until the spring. But it's just a fun little something different, you know, a t-shirt, but beyond. Next, this is a ready-to-wear top. This was my graphic tee for the capsule. Funny story with this one. So this is my Kansas City shirt. These are actually the Kansas City Chiefs colors, kind of their old school colors, a little bit more of the mustard gold color with the red. My sister was in a shop. So my family, we're all from Kansas City area. I actually grew up in a small town about an hour and a half east of Kansas City, kind of like right in the middle of the state. Kind of in between St. Louis and Kansas City off I-70, but closer to Kansas City. Anyway, but we went to school in Kansas City. This is where we moved from. All the Kansas City sport teams we're fans of. And my sister was looking for something for my husband, and she was in this rally house and was videoing, we were FaceTiming, and she was showing me some options. And I saw over her shoulder, I was like, hey, what's that shirt back there? And she panned over. It is a cropped shirt. I ended up getting an extra large just so it wouldn't be too cropped. I would normally wear it probably a medium or a large and ready to wear, but we sized up. She's trying it on for me in the store. But I think it's a good graphic tee, kind of gives love to my roots. It was in my color palette with the mustard and the red, and but without being like overtly spirit wear. But Chiefs are playing really well right now, so I will probably keep that in my wardrobe just until they're completely finished with the season. I'm very much a fair weather fan. All right, next up is my Love Notions Ballad. I love this shirt. I made it in a rayon crepe from the fabric store. I think there are some remnants of this fabric left. They're rayon crepe. Not all rayon crepes are created equal. They can grow, just be really hard to work with. This stuff is so good, and I have the same fabric in a brown colorway as well that I've not used yet, and I'm looking forward to it because this stuff's so good. But I have some more of this, it's pollen is the color name, but this kind of mustard color left. I could do something else with it. I love this shirt so much. I just think it's just a little more beyond. I really enjoyed wearing this. Now, it'll be going away until the warmer weather returns, but yeah, it's a good one. All right, now I have two Cashmerette Concord t-shirts. This is my favorite fitted t-shirt pattern because it comes in cup sizes. I love this pattern so much. I've done some tweaks to it. I've done a full video on it. You can, if I have cards left, I'll pop it. But I've made two. So I made this teal one that is in the luxury viscose knit from Minerva. This is the longer length version that has like the curved hem, but it's got the roll-up sleeves, and it is the scoop neck. I was just playing around with all the versions, and I think it's a very pretty neckline. I'm not as crazy, I don't think, about the shaped hemline. I don't think I'll make that one again, but I mean, I do the tuck and stuff like that. I love this shirt. And then the other one is my navy and white striped one that I did just kind of a hack with the neckline. I just redrew a new neckline that was kind of more of a boat neck. I just turned the edges over and stitched it on this one. Now I've since made the Concord and done a facing that I love much better, and I'm very tempted to remake this shirt and put facing. They still have, it's a fabric from Minerva, they still have it. I'm very tempted to do that. We'll see. Next time I do a Minerva order, some more of that. I have some left, but not enough to do like another shirt complete, like the sleeve length I want. So we'll see if that maybe a little bit more sneaks into an order. Okay, next up is my Glenelly from Itch to Stitch Patterns. I love this shirt. I love this color red. It's a cotton modal. It's just a good t-shirt, but a t-shirt that's a little bit more because it's got that interesting square neckline. It's just a fun shirt. This will also be going away until the warmer weather. I just don't wear short sleeves at all in the winter, even for layering. I still want to layer with a longer sleeve. Next is the Harmony, which I showed you in the beautiful fabric. This is a great little pattern, just a nice swingy one. You guys have seen this one also. It can go with all of my bottoms. It's such a great top. It will also be going away until the springtime, but man, it's a great pattern, and this fabric is so good. I love it so much. Maybe one of my favorite fabrics ever. Okay, two more tops. So I've got two button-up shirts that are in my fall closet, and they will also be going into my winter capsule as well. But the first one is the classic shirt by Liesl & Co. I love this shirt pattern. I used a shirting from Stylemaker Fabrics. She has it in a ton of colors. It's such a great shirting fabric. I highly recommend it. It's linked below. But this is just a good white, or it's not white, it's actually a vanilla. It's the vanilla colorway, but button-up shirt that just goes the distance. It's just a great, I love a good button-up shirt. My style guideposts, so 3 are classic, current, and chic. And so I definitely go more classic. And I have never been able to wear button-up shirts until I learned to sew, because my bust is so large, and especially in comparison to my shoulders, which made button-up shirts an impossibility completely for me. But being able to sew, I can wear them, and I love them on my figure because I can make them actually fit my bust without gaping. And that brings me to my last top, which is Vogue 8772. This is in a shirting, a denim shirting that I think I got from Joann's, actually. I've had this for a while. I did a whole sew along on it on the channel, but I have wanted a denim shirt, button-up shirt, for years and years and years. And it wasn't until I was able to sew that, I mean, I've been able to sew for a while, but I finally... Also, like denim weight shirting was also not a fabric you could find until like more recent years. But anyway, this ticks all the boxes. I love this shirt, and it's also going into my winter wardrobe. It's a little bit snug on me right now, but not horribly. So yeah, it'll be fine. And then as far as my accessories, I got a new watch band. I've had a lot of people comment me on this with my smartwatch. It's like a tortoiseshell kind of watch band from Amazon. So good. I've got 2 purses that I brought into this one. My Michael Kors bag that I've had for quite a few years. My parents got that for me for Christmas like 5 or 6 years ago. I love the bag. It's a perfect color. Goes with everything. It comes into the fall all the time in winter. And then also this J. Crew, this kind of tomato red J. Crew purse that I thrifted at a local consignment shop to me. Now my orange Teddy Blake bag also totally made appearances, but again, it's not in the color palette since it's orange. But you know, if I was wearing something and didn't have any red on, I would throw the orange on. Or sometimes I like to mix my orange and red. So yeah, it was just kind of I did use that one quite a bit too. Okay, and then shoes. There were 4 main shoes that I was wearing this fall. My Cole Haan sneakers, white sneakers, also coming in for the winter, although we'll see. They may not get worn as much just because it gets really nasty around here. I don't want to ruin my white sneakers. But Cole Haan sneakers, my Cole Haan tall boots got worn a ton, my suede boots. My Thursday boot, I love Thursday Boot Company. I have their Captain boots, which are like a lace-up boot that I wear all the time. And then I got these ankle boots, Chelsea boots, for Christmas last year. Been wearing them a ton as well. They form to your foot. They're not comfortable when you first get them, but then you wear them enough and they form to your foot, and then they're very comfortable. I actually have another pair on my Christmas list this year, and I think my boot game was going to be really strong. We should be good to go. And then finally, these clogs that actually came from Target. It was, yeah, I really enjoyed wearing them. They did not cost much. My sister bought a pair too. They were a great addition to the wardrobe. You know, they, I think $30. But they're still in good condition. Like, those will be able to come back in the spring. Maybe the winter. We'll see. We'll see how I feel about those with socks. But there you have it, guys. That is my wardrobe. So, in summary, I had 10 tops, 7 bottoms, 5 jackets, and 3 dress/one pieces, 2 purses, and 4 pairs of shoes to create my fall capsule wardrobe. Okay, this video got lengthy. I knew it would. All right, guys, so there you have it. That was my fall capsule wardrobe. I'll be back on Friday to talk about my winter capsule and kind of my plans that I have for that going forward. All right, that's all I've got for today. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't already, because we've got a lot of stuff coming up. Even I'm pre-recording things, so over the holiday season, even though I personally will be taking a break, there'll still be stuff going up on the channel in the normal, on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. So yeah, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything. And I'll see you again on Friday, and we'll be talking more wardrobes. Bye.